Fellas, somebody slaps your daughter in the cheek and break her jaw. Are you gonna forgive them and ask your daughter to give the other cheek? Or are you gonna punch them with a brick in your head, hoping to make them feel the same pain your daughter that's 6 years old just felt? Let me repeat myself. Somebody slaps your daughter in the face and break her jaw. You pray, right? Are you gonna say, okay, please slap her other cheek and break it as well, because they say if you slap you on the left cheek, you must give the right cheek? Or are you gonna punch him with a brick in your hand, hoping to break his jaw back so they can feel the pain they've just imposed in the life of a 6-year-old? Which one sounds more like justice to you? You let me know. Now, fellas, I know we're very different, but in our differences, I think certain things should be fundamental. Okay, thank you very much for stopping by. You're very appreciated. My name is Zack. You looking for news in Africa? You are at the right place. You want to know about what's happening in Uganda? You are at the right place. You want to know about what's happening in Rwanda? You are at the right place. You want to know about Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, South Africa? You are at the right place. You want to know about Zimbabwe? We're talking about Zimbabwe today. Great. Now, this is Zimbabwe on the map. Beautiful place. I've seen on the picture. I've never been to Zimbabwe before. I would love to go and travel. I always wanted to go see Victoria Falls. Beautiful place is Victoria Falls, a massive fall. So it's one side is Zimbabwe, I believe the other side is Zambia. I have never been to Zimbabwe before, so I would love to go and visit very soon and make a documentary about it. And I will take you along because, you know, I make it very comprehensive. Okay, now in Zimbabwe, the president has decided to cancel death penalty. So he's just voted a law, or they've just selected a choice, however you want to say it, to remove the death penalty because, yeah, they feel like people have suffered too much and death penalty shouldn't be part of the suffering. Zimbabwe has officially abolished death penalty on Tuesday. Brand new president Emmerson Mnangagwa, so it's not so brand new anymore, he signed into law an act that will commute to jail time the sentence of about 60 prisoners on death row. So there's been about 60 prisoners on death row in Zimbabwe. They're not going to be unalived. Good for them? Well, very good for them, I believe. But what kind of crime have they committed? How do the families of the people that were expecting them to pay for the negative things they had done feel about that? Is that truly justice? I mean, let me just say, let's imagine that some of these people unalived some people's daughters after taking them by force and putting funny stuff in. Yeah, I'm sorry, don't feel weird because these are the things that happened. People, before they unalive you, they put stuff up your... Yeah, don't feel bad. How do you feel when you learn that that person that did that to my daughter will not going to be unalive anymore? It's going to take sentence, time in prison, maybe eventually get out of prison. Is that justice? I don't know about that. I know there are pastors here that feel you must forgive everything. But the problem is, pastor, I don't think somebody has touched your daughter before. If somebody touches your daughter, then you realize that, hey, Jesus don't resolve everything. I'm sorry. Okay, so on a serious note, many people, let me tell you something, many people, criminal, are only scared of one thing. Let me put it this way for you. You must remember one thing. Violent people are only scared of violence. Bad people are only scared of repercussion, not nicey things. There are actually people that like going to jail because food is for free. Do you understand that? But if jail is rough, they don't want to go there. Some countries in Africa, people don't want to go to jail. Trust me. There are some. Let me show you. This is jail in Congo. Look at this. This is jail in Uganda. Look at that. Well, some jails in Africa are livable, like South Africa jail.
Hello haters. You put us in prison and you think we are suffering. No, my brother, we are doing extremely fine. Look how happy we are. And this morning we had breakfast. And in the afternoon we had lunch. Yeah. And we had supper. And we are about to have dinner, my bro. We are doing extremely fine. We are not even suffering at all. We are happy. Yeah. And look here, we are not even paying rent. No. We are not buying electricity. No. Nothing, my brother. We don't even cook food. They give us food for free. We don't even cook. No. Yeah, the difference is the same, my brother. No, we are not. No, my brother. We don't need toiletries. We give for free. And the education is gonna be free in prison.
Okay, so because you get free food, things in other countries, you don't get free food. Your family has to send food for you. If they don't send food for you, you're gonna die of hunger. Because food in jail is very sporadic. So you get something small on Monday, maybe something very small on a Thursday, and you go hungry again. So maybe in South Africa, if you're poor, you're going to want to go to jail because you're getting food for free. Well, unless nobody wants to take you from behind. Back to the serious note. Dangerous people are only scared of danger. Meaning, if somebody is a violent criminal, in most cases, they're only scared of violent repercussion. I'm going to give you a very simple example. In a country like South Africa, okay, back at it again, some criminals, usually that are black, have guns that are acquired illegally, okay? These criminals, when they go into people's house trying to hijack and steal and rob and harm rob, they usually go into black people's houses. Why do they go to black people's houses and not white people's houses? Let me just remind you, South Africa is blacks and white. They prefer going to black people's houses because many black people have no guns or weapons. They don't go to white people's houses because the majority of white people in South Africa have guns. So it's very clear. I don't want to go here because here they're going to shoot me back. Let me rather go here, even though they look like me. I mean, we all suffered through apartheid, but I'm going to still steal from them because they have no means of reaction. So dangerous people are only scared of danger that can get afflicted to them. Now, how do you stop violent crime? Now, I believe South Africa during apartheid had very little number of violence or robberies and stuff like that. Because no, I'm not justifying apartheid. Apartheid was really, really bad for black people. However, there was no crime because if you know, not like today, if you do something violent, you're gonna get unalived. Now, people are scared of that. Today, it's bad. It's really, really bad. In South Africa, you get about 500,000 security workers. They have more security workers than they have the army plus the police together. Why? Because security personnel need to protect people. People are scared of criminals. Well, they never used to be that way during apartheid. I'm not justifying apartheid. I'm just saying because there was something's changed. What's changed? When Nelson Mandela came out of jail, he said no more death penalty. By saying no more death penalty, people felt like, oh, okay, now I can go rob. I can shoot somebody. I'll probably go to jail for 15 years and come out. Or I can do this and that and those bad things, but yeah, we're gonna find a way. But back in time, there was no such thing. Same as other African countries. Now, how do you finish issues in Zimbabwe? Do you feel like saying no to death penalty will resolve the issue? I don't know about that. People must be scared of something to act right. I think normal people are scared of three things. Number one, they're scared of God because they believe in God. They feel like doing wrong things to other people will not please God. Therefore, let me not do that. Number two, they're scared of the conscience. So my conscience doesn't allow me to take this woman by force, even though she's pretty. My conscience will not allow me to take your money because it doesn't belong to me. Because they have a conscience. How do you get a conscience? Because your parents taught you well since childhood. Number three, they're scared of the police, the state. Okay, so if you do wrong, the police will take you to jail. They will beat the crap out of you. Okay, they don't beat the crap out of you. Yeah, they probably beat the anyway. Whichever way it is, and you're going to pay the consequences of being in jail for a long time. Now, people are crazy when they don't respect number one, they don't respect number two, they don't respect number three. So they have no God to fear, they have no conscience, and they have no state to fear. So people can only behave when they fear something. If they don't fear anything, they become wild like animals. Why do you think people in the street don't run out to the next person's Ferrari and take it over, say, this is mine now? Why do you think people in the street don't run into the next person's house and I'm taking your TV because mine is dead and you're going to do nothing about it, I'm going to kill you? Why don't people do that? Because they're scared of the state. There must be something that's making you scared of something. Let me give you an example. You ask humanity, just say, okay, for one day there will be no police, and see what's happened. No police, you can do whatever you want. You can take whoever's wife you want. You can take whichever bank you want. For one day, it's going to be mayhem because human beings are not nice people. And you know it. And don't come here and tell me human beings are nice people because they're not. You're hypocritical. Why do you close your door before you sleep if you think humans are nice people? You close your door because somewhere in your brain you know they're not nice people. That is insane. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. Emerson Mnangagwa apparently abolished this because he was condemned to death himself many years ago. Mnangagwa has been a vocal opponent of capital punishment since he was sentenced to death himself in 1960s for blowing up a train during the guerrilla war for independence. The sentence was later commuted. He was afraid because, he was afraid back in time because I can just imagine when you are condemned to death, you're gonna die. You do all your prayers, and when you get out of there, you have fear forever. You're scared, like you don't wish this for nobody. Back in time, he blew up a train, and that was a fight for the Zimbabweans. That was during colonialism, trying to free Zimbabwe. And just imagine you trying to free your country, and the invader says that you're gonna be condemned to death for trying to free your country. Crazy. Is maybe that sympathy the reason why he's trying to do this? Do you think this is going to bear fruit in a positive way? Will the criminal feel like, okay, because there's no more death penalty, let me do less crime? Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure sharing with you. God bless.